Agarwal of Hidayatullah National Law University and currently a legal intern at LEXIS and Company. Today, I'll be discussing about consideration. Consideration is a very essential part of a contract. According to Indian Contract Act 1872, it is so important that a contract without a consideration is void. Question is, what exactly is consideration? In your opinion, what is consideration? According to the Indian Contract Act 1872, at the desire of the promiser, promisee, or any other person promises to do something or to abstain from doing something is called the consideration of a contract. Following requirements should be fulfilled in order to the contract to be a valid one. Consideration to be given at the desire of the promiser and the consideration to be given by the promisee or any other person. Consideration can be past or in future. So as the definition says that has done or abstained from doing, does or abstains from doing, or will abstain from doing. But there must be some act, abstinence or promise from the promisee that constitutes a consideration. For example, a person A promises to deliver certain goods to B, and in return for the goods, B would pay him rupees 10,000. In this case, the consideration is as A's promise. Consideration is that B will pay rupees 10,000 on the delivery of goods. And for B's promise, consideration is that A will provide him with certain goods. I hope you guys have understood what a consideration is. Let us discuss the essentials of a consideration. The desire of the promiser. Consideration should be at the desire of the promiser. Something that the promisee does voluntarily or on the desire of a third party will not constitute as a consideration. For instance, A saves B's daughter from drowning from a river. He does that voluntarily. Now he cannot go and ask B to reward him, as B did not request A to save his daughter. Another example is kidnapped, and another brave man rescues him. Even if the man had suffered injuries, he cannot go and ask for compensation as he did it completely voluntarily and wasn't asked by the other person to do so. He could have asked only when the other person has asked him to do so. Consideration can be furnished by some person who is not a party to the contract, that means a third person. In India, consideration can move from someone who is not a party to the contract. For example, Priya decides to give her mobile phone to Raj for an amount of rupees 5,000 in return. Now she gives the phone to Raj, but instead of Raj, Nikita pays her rupees 5,000. This is a valid contract. Consideration must be of some value. It should not be physically impossible or legally impossible. It should be real to be performed. For example, Rahul and Rohan promise each other that Rohan says to Rahul that I could communicate to your dead ancestors and make sure that you will go to heaven after dying. And in turn, Rahul says that he will pay him rupees 10,000 for that. This is not a contract, as it is legally, physically impossible for Rohan to talk to dead ancestors of Rahul, as Rahul's consideration to pay rupees 10,000 is real, but Rohan's consideration of talking to dead ancestors is not real, cannot be performed. Other essential is that the consideration should not be illegal. For example, if parties contract to kill a certain individual, then it is void, as it was an illegal act. Thank you. I hope you liked the video and found it informative. In my next video, I'll be discussing about promissory estoppel. Thank you and have a nice day.